It is 7 a.m. You wake up, step onto that familiar scale, and let out another heavy sigh. Even though yesterday you obsessively counted every single calorie, starved yourself, skipped breakfast, and exercised to the point of exhaustion, the number on the scale has not budged. That belly fat is still there, stubborn and frustrating. Do you think the absolute only rule for losing fat is to eat less and move more? Do you believe that simply creating a calorie deficit will make your excess weight, especially that dangerous visceral fat, just magically disappear? That is the single biggest lie told by the modern weight loss industry. The truth is, your body is not a mindless calorie calculator. It is a highly complex chemical laboratory controlled by your hormones. What you eat and how much you eat actually matters far less than when you eat. If you are struggling with belly fat right now, the problem is not a lack of willpower. The problem is that you do not yet know how to activate a hidden biological mechanism. The Glucagon Key. Today, we are going deep inside your body to uncover exactly how intermittent fasting works at a cellular level. We are going to give you a precise biological roadmap to turn your body into a natural, fat-burning machine. Why is it that two people can eat the exact same 1,500 calories, yet one loses belly fat while the other does not? The answer lies not in the math, but in your body's alternating states of storing and releasing. Every time you eat, especially carbohydrates, your pancreas floods your system with insulin. Think of insulin as the ultimate storage hormone. As long as insulin levels remain high in your bloodstream, the doors to your fat vaults are firmly locked shut. Your body will always prioritize burning the quick energy from the food you just ate, completely ignoring that stubborn layer of visceral fat around your belly. However, when you stop eating for a sustained period, your insulin levels plummet. This is the crucial moment. In the absence of insulin, your pancreas releases an opposing hormone, glucagon. This is the greatest biological key you possess. Glucagon travels directly to your fat cells, unlocks them, and releases free fatty acids into your bloodstream to be burned for pure energy. Intermittent fasting is not about starving yourself to suffer. It is the calculated art of time manipulation, dropping insulin to its absolute minimum so the glucagon key can finally be turned. And this is not just theory. Landmark research from the Salk Institute, published in 2012 and continuously validated since, proved this beautifully. Mice fed a high-fat diet, but restricted to an 8-hour eating window, completely avoided obesity and diabetes. Meanwhile, mice eating the exact same amount of food, but grazing throughout the day, developed severe metabolic dysfunction. Fasting perfectly synchronizes with your circadian rhythm, optimizing your entire metabolism. Science proves the concept, but applying it to your busy life without feeling exhausted requires a clear strategy. Here are the 4 biological signals you need to send your body to master the 16-8 method. Signal number 1. Cutting the supply and starting the biological clock. The foundation of this method is fasting for 16 hours and eating only within an 8-hour window. But why 16 hours? Because the magic does not happen immediately. When your fasting window crosses the 12-hour mark, the glycogen, which is the stored sugar in your liver, finally begins to run dry. At this exact moment, your sympathetic nervous system initiates a gentle release of cortisol and adrenaline. Do not panic. This is not the bad kind of chronic stress. It is an evolutionary biological signal telling your body to switch fuel sources. Your liver steps up and begins breaking down body fat into ketones to keep your brain focused and energized. For the absolute best results, the golden schedule is to start your fast at 8 p.m. right after dinner and break it at 12 noon the next day. During these 16 hours, the rule is strict. 0 calories. No sugar, no splash of milk in your morning coffee, and definitely no fruit juice. Even a tiny bit of sugar will spike your insulin and slam the vault doors shut on your fat-burning process. By keeping your insulin practically at 0 overnight, you maximize the release of human growth hormone, preserving your muscle while you burn pure fat. A quick warning for beginners: you will likely feel a wave of hunger during the first 3 days. This is simply ghrelin, your hunger hormone, firing off out of pure habit at your usual breakfast time. Be patient, push through the wave, and your body will naturally reset its clock. Signal number 2, the hydration kickstart. When you wake up between 6 and 7 a.m., you might feel a strange sense of fatigue, a mild headache, or just a bit of brain fog. People often call this the fasting flu. But do not worry, it is not a sickness at all. It is simply a matter of basic chemistry. Because your insulin levels have been kept beautifully low all night long, your kidneys actually shift gears. They begin to flush out excess water and sodium at a much faster rate than usual. This sudden drop in critical electrolytes is the real villain behind that morning exhaustion. To fix this instantly and power up your brain, we use the hydration kickstart. The very moment your feet hit the floor, pour yourself 500 milliliters of warm water. Add a tiny pea-sized pinch of pure Himalayan pink salt or high-quality sea salt to it. To make this morning elixir even more powerful, mix in 1 teaspoon of organic apple cider vinegar. The acetic acid in the vinegar acts as an incredible stabilizer for your blood sugar and gently primes your digestion for later in the day. This simple, salty drink immediately replenishes your electrolytes, preventing any dizzy spells, drops in blood pressure, or muscle cramps, allowing you to breeze through your morning with absolute clarity. Signal number 3. Activating the GLUT4 flow through fasted movement. Now that your morning is energized, it is time to push your fat burning into absolute overdrive. Around 11 a.m., which is just 1 hour before you break your fast, your insulin is at its absolute lowest point, and your glucagon is peaking. This is the perfect window to introduce light to moderate exercise. Why? Because moving your body in a deeply fasted state triggers a phenomenal biological event. It forces special receptors, known as glucose transporter type 4, to rise right to the surface of your muscle cells. Think of these receptors as hidden emergency doors. When you exercise, these doors fly open and act like a vacuum, pulling energy directly into your muscles without needing a single drop of insulin to unlock them. This process radically improves your overall insulin sensitivity and forces your body to burn pure visceral fat to sustain your workout. We recommend going for a brisk walk, a light bike ride, or doing some basic weightlifting for 30 to 45 minutes. A quick but important safety note here. If you have a history of low blood sugar or a rapid heart rate, please start very gently with just 10 minutes of slow walking. Always listen closely to what your body is telling you. Signal number 4. The soft, fast breaking technique. The clock strikes 12 noon. You have successfully completed your 16-hour fast. Right now, you might be extremely tempted to grab the biggest, quickest meal you can find. Perhaps a massive bowl of white rice, a sweet pastry, or a sugary milk tea. Stop right there. This is the single most critical moment of your entire day. Your pancreas has been peacefully resting for 16 straight hours. If you suddenly dump a massive load of fast-absorbing carbohydrates into your stomach, you will shock your system and trigger a violent insulin spike. Your body will panic, slam the Glucagon Key shut, and immediately store all that new energy straight into your fat cells. Worse, you will experience a devastating energy crash, leaving you feeling exhausted and overwhelmingly sleepy all afternoon. Instead, you must use the soft break technique. You need to introduce food gently to your endocrine system. Break your fast strictly with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and fiber. A perfect example is a fresh green salad drizzled with olive oil alongside 2 or 3 boiled eggs. Another great option is a pan-seared chicken breast served with fresh avocado. Eat this protein and fat first, and then wait exactly 30 minutes before taking a single bite of any complex carbohydrates, like sweet potatoes or oats. This strategic 30-minute delay acts as a biological shield. It keeps your blood sugar perfectly stable and actually extends your deep fat-burning state for several more hours, even though you have already begun eating. To make all of this complex science incredibly easy to apply, let us condense these signals into a simple, powerful, daily biological rhythm. At 8 p.m. the night before, you finish your final bite of dinner. Your 16-hour fasting window officially begins, and your pancreas powers down its insulin production. Between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m., you fall into deep sleep. This is the prime time when your human growth hormone hits its absolute peak. Working closely with the Glucagon Key, your body actively unlocks and dissolves your visceral belly fat while you are completely unconscious. At 6:30 a.m., you wake up. You immediately drink your 500 milliliters of warm water with a pinch of pink salt to perfectly restore your electrolytes and completely avoid any morning fatigue. From 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., you go about your normal, busy workday. You can easily enjoy some green tea or black coffee, ensuring there is absolutely no sugar and no milk to keep your metabolism running hot. At 11 a.m., you engage in your fasted movement. A brisk walk or some gentle yoga is all it takes to throw open those GLUT4 doors on your muscle cells. Then, at exactly 12 noon, your fast is beautifully completed. You break it gently with a plate, rich in high-quality protein, fiber, and healthy fats, staying far away from fast-absorbing carbohydrates. Finally, from 12 noon until 8 p.m., you are safely inside your 8-hour eating window. Nourish your body with the deep nutrients it needs, but remember to eat substantial meals and completely avoid the trap of constant snacking. Losing fat should never be a miserable battle of forcing your body into starvation. It is about deeply understanding your biology, respecting your natural daily rhythms, and communicating correctly with your own endocrine system by turning that glucagon key. When you finally restore your insulin sensitivity through intermittent fasting, that stubborn excess fat will naturally fall away as the beautiful, inevitable side effect of a truly healthy body. It is time to stop blindly counting every single calorie and start working in perfect harmony with nature. I want to hear from you. How old are you right now? And have you ever experienced a devastating energy crash or felt overwhelmingly sleepy right after eating your lunch? Drop a detailed comment down below and let us analyze together whether a massive insulin spike might be the hidden cause. Do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for real logic science, so you never miss our weekly videos explaining the deep scientific truth about your health and your physique. I will see you in the next video.